Well, sorry about that. I see that Jeff had mentioned that there was some intrastatic, which means I saw it right when I sat down and read what Jeff had said. Sometimes my mic will disconnect and reconnect, and it kind of does that. So sorry about that. What's up, Blue Chips? We got about a minute and a half here to the bell, so we're just going to make this quick. Get rid of this one. Celebrate each victory, no matter how small. Well, let's get to it. All right, so as you can see, I got the wrong screen up because I was trying to figure out what was going on there. And here we are. So yeah, the SPY was gapping down. You guys, actually, if I go to my regular chart here for a second, you'll see that I traded the SPY this morning, but it was on the demo account. I was trying to test a new hotkey, but I couldn't get it to work, so I'll obviously just get rid of that. But we're going to be trying to implement what's going on from Friday Night live stream, and basically we're going to start with a 1-to-1 today. I'm basically still using my old share parameters, and we're going to go from there, see what happens. But obviously we aren't going to be trading the SPY. I just happened to do it while I was testing the hotkeys, although it looks like we would have had a winner there. But I just got in, test the hotkey, didn't work, so I got out. Don't really see anything on the gapper list until down to INO, which we actually do have shares on this. I didn't think we had shares on this last week. See if there's anything else. No, not until we get down to ACHN, which we do have shares on. Looks like it may have gapped up on earnings. So we'll just keep these two up here at the bell. ACHN is 136 mil. There's the bell right there. Let's get the old bell going there, just in case anybody was waiting for it. Good morning. I'll go with Farik. I'm going to stick with Farik because of the H on the end there. So INO is not really doing what we want. Kind of dumped right there out of the gate. This thing has a ton of volume. I didn't realize it had that much volume, although I did just kind of look at it. It's crazy. Look at the climb it's making, all on, and it ends up red every day. Interesting. Let's scroll out here a little bit. 6:30 and 7. Two key areas. Yeah, I saw that the coronavirus that's obviously why the SPY isn't doing too well. By the way, what's up, Thomas? What's up, Jeff? Yeah, INO is not doing what we want. ACHN it actually has some volume. It's just not moving. ARNC. All right, this is an interesting one, too. What's this key area here? 30, right over 30. And we're going to start this. ARNC. See if it gets that 50 pop. Kind of started that a little early. Spread on this kind of got crazy there too. It's like I want to add, but I don't want to hit the bid with the spread being 15 cents. you barking at? Man, the spread's really keeping me out. This is going to kind of not follow my plan at all. That's 29. We may just try to get out of this one a little premature. Just because it did not do what I wanted it to do at all. So INO actually got bought right back up. That was a huge move there on ARNC. Obviously, too, at this point, we're just going to stop out if it wants to go high a day, too. 30. Oops, that's 20. Just take the small loser there if it wants to do it. Like I said, this did not do what we wanted it to do. Actually, let's just make it a range order so that way it'll just get us both ways. 29.85. Oh, there it goes. We're actually coming down. I don't want to click it and then it go through for that split second. All right, we got it in. And the reason I'm coming out of this early is because we did not get what we wanted at all. I mean, I was hoping it would have tagged us there, but I don't even think it printed 90. Yeah, it did. Let's try it again. Probably could get more out of this if it does come down. I don't see anything else really going right this second. Trying to be patient with it. See if it'll at least give us what we're looking for here. It keeps trying, but it's kind of holding near this area. Wasn't trying to be greedy. There we go on the bid. So we're just going to take it there. For some reason, it wasn't giving it to us. So definitely not what we were looking for there, but we'll take it. Little mad. I was watching INO, hoping it would bust through 6 there. It got to 595. I'm pretty sad about how I played that, to be honest. I should have got the ad, but I wanted the 50 pop, and it didn't give it to us, and then the spread got really bad, so that was a little... Oh, man. I did not want to look back at this, but I saw it pop up on the other scanner there. Look at that thing. Okay. Well, we definitely... Our new plan would have worked, even if we wouldn't have taken it there, but okay, so left money on the table. Just going to leave it alone. We're going to move on. What is this? QTT, it went red to green. We don't have any shares there. Look at you, bud. You're doing so good. INO was a little disappointment. I actually really wanted to play that one, but it obviously did not give us what we wanted. I mean, all of these are low floats. Come on, markets. Let's go. Give us something. So I know a little frustrating. We really wanted that 6 pop. I got the 595. You know me. I don't play double tops. If you don't know me, I'm Tim here at Volatility Trading, and I don't play double tops. I look for the extension through the previous high of day, and we didn't quite get that. Looks like we did go high. Yeah, we went high of day by a penny. NIO, I know we don't have shares there. Things on the SSR anyway. What else we got here? CRBP. SSR, no shares. That was brutal. All I had to do was get that little 50 pop. We would have been in for our ad, and then we would have been waiting for this. I would have had my range order in for my 1-to-1, and we definitely would have got hit. So frustrating, but it's okay. We're not gonna fret. We're taking it a little bit slower with the share size. I'm going to be risking 50 to make 50. That's going to be the 1-to-1. But today I downsized it since it's the first day. We might even do this all week, where we're looking to just do 25 for 25, just to kind of get the feel of how everything works. But essentially, we're taking the stats that we went over on Friday night, seeing that we are much better with a 1-2 entry strat, and this would have been perfect. We got in way early, shot right up there, but then we were looking for the ad at right over 30.50. Didn't quite get it. It got rejected by the $0.50. Missed our ad because the spread got really bad. I need to man up and start hitting my ads even on the way down, because it would have worked out. And it does most of the time. Even if it didn't, we would have just stopped out high of day, and that would have been that. I need to understand that that's what's happening in the moment. But again, this is new. What's up, Mr. Gifford? So we're going to be just concentrating on what works and keep moving forward. That's all we can do. But we need some trades to pop up for us here. ASRT. Nothing there. What is CBLI doing? I know we can't play it, but it's low float anyway. I was just curious. NNVC. I know somebody in ISW was in this one. Oh, nice move there. Another low float, though. TRIL, I know we can't play. That looks so silly. I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but I mean, it looks like your typical miss the ad, and yeah. Yes. Do you need help? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did the bridge fall off? Yeah, put it back. There you go. Just leave it. No, 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 no. You don't touch these, okay? You leave the tracks alone. You just use the cars. Yeah, just the cars. Yeah, that car. Ooh, look, look, look. Rebel going for a ride. Yeah, that's how it works. Truth right there, man up. So true, Thomas. So true. Kind of kicking myself, that's for sure. Hey, be nice. Hi from Australia. Stuart, what's going on, man? Welcome from Australia. How is everything over there? Hopefully everything's starting to calm down. Again, guys, if you're new here, I'm Tim at Volatility Trading. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, feel free to jump in and ask. Especially when things are slow like this, I don't really have anything else to do anyway. So feel free to ask away. Whether it's something about my strategy, something about your strategy, whatever it may be, feel free to ask. Man, INO definitely would have worked out too, even with a single entry. But I would have definitely looked to add there as it went back through 6. I mean, that's what I was kind of looking for on ARNC. What's up, Juan? From New York. I can hear your accent. Just listening to it. Look at it. Did this just gap up? Look at that. This candle closed at 29.98 and the new candle opened at 30.10. What the heck? Guess the volume really kind of died down on it. Vivo. There we go. What's the float? 36 mil. It's kind of teeter-tottering. We'll see what it does. At 12.39. Let's see if we can get that 12 pop. We'll go from there. But ARNC, what we were hoping is on this big move, which if we scroll out, we didn't really get too much away from that previous resistance at 29.80. But that's kind of why I saw it here on the daily, why I put my order there. I thought it was going to be used as support, and I didn't get the trade that I wanted anyway, so I just decided to take it there. But what I was looking for was it to go through 30, and then if it wasn't the top, I was looking to add up through 30.50. It got to 30.48, so it didn't give it to us. So the real plan at first, the hope is with the strategy that when you get through that key point, you hit the top, and then you add on the way back down through a key area. And then it's no different than if I would have, started the position a little bit earlier and then hit the top with my add, and then we tried to ride it down. But unfortunately, we got stuck in limbo there, and we didn't get either our add or the top. So it was kind of frustrating. But so we ended up just kind of taking what we could get, and that's how we ended up where we did. Thoughts on the last 2 trade days going down a large amounts? I've been there, first off. Secondly, do you have a set risk? Because that is one of my main issues, or was one of my main issues, that I did not have a set risk. So you should never be losing more than you can lose in any given day. So here's that pop through 12. Spread on this is crazy. Do not like the spread. Let's see, 11 to 12. About 165, so it'd be about 30. That's about right. So it's not going to give us the pop that we wanted. I mean, it did give us the pop through 12, but with it being a little bit lower of a float, I would want a real pop, like up through 12.50. Took the rest of my Pop-Tart. Actually watching ARNC again. It's a little scary, though, that it got bought up the way it did. But if it wants to pop through high a day through 30.50 and kind of extend itself again, I'm not going to be too mad to try to play that one again. Yeah, I mean this is gonna work out, but this just wasn't my play. We're looking for a much bigger extension than this. I mean, look at VWAP right there. It looks like it was kind of grinding. Got the breakthrough high of day, and we didn't really get an extension away. So that's not something I would normally play anyway. But yeah, blue, I don't really know any other way to kind of say, you know, you gotta look at the trade, learn from it as much as you can, and realize that maybe a set risk is what you need, and then just don't let it happen again. It's really the only thing I could think of. I mean, that's kind of what I would do. So that's what I'm just kind of spitballing here. But if I had 2 days in a row where I lost pretty big, I would step back and try to figure out why I lost that big, and try to figure out how to not let it happen again. A journal is very handy as well to write those types of things down. Have mine sitting right next to me. I was just using it this morning, kind of going through what I wanted to do today, so that I could go back later and review and see if I did do that. You eating the Pop-Tart? Let me get you some more. I didn't know you'd like that. Put it on the table. Turn Blaze on for you. Relax a little bit so we didn't even watch TV this morning. Let's see if it wants to try to break high day again. Go up higher. Yeah, Freak, that was kind of what I was saying. I kind of explained why I didn't take it there. I was really looking for more of an extension. Stuart, I do take long trades. I didn't see anything on the scanner this morning for a good long trade. Everything was kind of low floats. So you saying Blaze? See if we can't get this pop up through 1250. Just not a huge fan of the volume as well. The spread on a $12 stock is kind of high. But I'm not going to deny an extension. We'll put the order out there just in case it wants to shoot up there with that spread. Do you do long term or only day and swing trading? I actually don't even do swing trading. I only do day trading. I'm not a big fan of holding overnight, because if something, especially like over the weekend, it only takes one little thing to really get the markets moving. And you know, bad news overnight. I can't trade until 7:30 every morning. So if some bad news comes out, I can't even wake up at 4 in the morning or whatever to get out of the trade. So I don't like messing with that. Oh, yeah. So Stuart, that should answer your question too. No, I don't. I tried that for a little bit. I mean, I like to think that I'm pretty good at reading dailies. It's just not really something that I'm interested in, at least not right now. I don't really have the extra capital to mess around with that at the moment. This thing just keeps kind of faking out through high day, kind of grinding. We're going to cancel our order there. Doesn't look like it wants to give it to us. I'm just not a fan of how it grinds like that. You dropped it on the floor, bud. I'm not going to give you more if you just drop it on the floor, because the doggies are going to eat it. Listen, you drop this next one on the floor, you're not getting any more, okay? Also, for any of you that are new here, again, my name's Tim, Volatility Trading, and as you can see, I do have a kid that I stay home and watch. I'm a stay-at-home dad, so I try to trade the market as I'm doing that for the most part. He's usually pretty good and lets me have my hour and a half every morning, but as you can tell, he's kind of been like this the last couple weeks. So he's got one of his molars coming in, so it's never fun. One last question: what's the time there, and when did the market open today? The time right now is 9:54, as you can actually see right here on the bottom of my chart, and that's the time here. I live in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, and the market opens at 9:30. So it's been open for 24 minutes now. All right, we got Vivo again. Seeing what it wants to do here. I was really hoping for ARNC to give us a high day break too, but it's actually giving us that sloppy seconds. The only reason I wouldn't look to play the sloppy seconds here is because of this huge bottom wick. I mean, it went all the way down to 29.02 and got bought all the way back up and closed up at 29.76. So not really interested in trying to play sloppy seconds on something like that. Okay, here we go with Vivo. Come on, give us that pop. $64. We wouldn't even have got filled there because we had it at 65. I just feel like I'm chasing this thing. It's grinding, so I don't like them when they grind. Again, guys, let your setups come to you. You can see the FOMO kind of setting in here on VIVO, but I'm doing my best to make sure that I'm happy with my entry. Instead of saying, okay, I didn't get hit there at 72, let me just FOMO into this thing at 43 on the bid, right? And then it goes right up to 73 and would have hit, or 72, and hits my entry. Let the trades come to you. So 64 was the high. If we get through that, now I would expect it to go a little bit further. Let's go up to 88. Now I'd actually be really content with the first entry being at 88, because then if it wants to shoot through 13, we would get our ad up there. INO moving again? It's trying to. It's curling. What is a good amount of money to typically day trade with? I always say that, here we go, we might get our entry, 84. We were next there, 83. I'm going to actually start up over 13 now. I don't like how it just kind of stalled there. I feel like if it's going to... There it goes. All right, see if we can get this 13 pop. Look at the spread there. Here we go, 13. There we go. We got our fill. So we're in at 1308. I always say that I would not start with anything less than, dang it, the spread is going to keep me out of getting my ad again. Look at that, 12-cent spread. 11 cents. 12.50. Let's see if we can just, man, that's 2. I mean, I'm not going to necessarily complain, but I just hate that we're not going to get what we're looking for out of it. But I always, again, sorry. I always say that I never recommend that anyone start with less than 2,500, just because that way you can kind of handle the swings. Yeah, I would say 12K is plenty. I mean, I honestly would trade on paper a little bit, because day trading is definitely different than swing trading and long-term trading. So I would maybe get a demo account somewhere and practice for a little bit before you decide to try to jump in. I should have jumped in there with my extra shares, I feel, when it was up over 13 again. This spread, though, is just killing me. What was this right here? 69. Is there any apps you recommend for practicing day trading or websites for practicing? Thinkorswim's kind of ruining their little thing that they had going for them, where people could sign up for a free TD Ameritrade account and use their platform to practice. But they're going to actually make people have money in their account now. They would have been good. You could use TradingView as a website. I wouldn't recommend using an app. If you're going to day trade, you need to be at your computer using something that has a good real-time feed. Really not happy with this trade at all. The spread on this thing is just nuts. Okay, bud. EMPH CGC. I was just going to say if this reclaims 13, I might just take it off. We're just going to take it off there. Break even. This thing is just grinding. Not a huge fan of it grinding. Let me go get him some applesauce. I'll be right back. Yeah, and there it goes. See? That just comes from kind of experience of reading charts and just reading the level 2 and seeing how it's trading. You could kind of tell that it kept getting bought up. They were just kind of collecting liquidity right there under 13, and we never really got a drop. I mean, the lowest we got was 1284. So, all right, geez. Be right back. Oh, and look at that. Now that kind of looks stupid, huh? Yes, this is very quick. Not a good stock to short right now the way it is moving. Yeah, I mean, again, you can short anything. I kind of FOMO'd into that. That's kind of why I wasn't hesitant to snap it at break even when it reclaimed 13. Just because if it does something like reclaim 13, you're most likely going to get the pop that it got, and you can't predict that it's going to get shoved right back down. So unfortunately, we would have got our fill if we would have just held on through that. But to me, there's no point in holding on, hoping it's a fake out like it was. And to be quite honest, I'm not really upset with the trade overall. Just kind of sucks that the spread. I mean, again, these spreads kind of keep you from trading the way you want sometimes. Yeah, Mr. Gifford actually makes a good point. Webull is very good for a demo account. They actually have a downloadable platform, and if you really want to look at it on your phone, you can. So yeah, Webull is actually pretty good. And yeah, the scanners on there do kind of suck. So yeah, we got shoved down, and it got bought right back up, and this thing's just kind of chopping now, so... So now you got the topping tail. So now everything's kind of pointing to this thing going down. But now, this isn't our trade, right? This isn't on the scanners. This is not an intense move anymore. We aren't really that extended, so there's really no reason for us to be looking at it. So we'll fall away. BCRX. So interesting. Actually had some volume come in here. The float on this is 152 mil. Trade the plan. Excellent. Yep, that's all we can do. It's all you can do is let your setups come to you. The minute you start forcing trades that's when you start losing your ass. And then you're mad at yourself afterwards because you traded something you shouldn't have traded in the first place. So BCRX we're not really too interested in. Speaking of what are your views on Robinhood? People watching as well, what are your views on Robinhood? I mean, Robinhood and Webull to me are kind of interchangeable. Webull seems to kind of be pulling ahead of Robinhood a little bit, just because Robinhood's been running into those issues with like the guys from Wall Street Bets on Reddit. So I mean, you can kind of take that for what it's worth, but if I had to choose between the two, I wouldn't choose either. But especially for day trading. But if I had to choose between the two just to kind of mess around with, it would definitely be Webull. Robinhood seems to kind of be stuck in limbo at the moment. Freak said, I personally don't like Robinhood because their application screwed me over before, and also not good for day trading because you need to be quick. Their application also doesn't fill you the best price. Yeah. So any of the brokers that or platforms that are filling you with free commissions, the odds are they're selling your orders. Especially, we know this is the case with Robinhood and Webull and all those guys, like the mobile guys. So what you run into there is when you hit the button, you're not going direct to market and getting your shares filled right away. Say you hit the button here to short at 303. Well, they're going to send that out and try to find somebody that's willing to give you those shares at 303. And if the price drops down a couple cents, and by the time that your order gets bought up by somebody, if it's at 301, they're going to give you 301. That's just how it works. And that's how they're able to give you the free commissions now, because they can just sell your order flow. And it's kind of sad because places like TD Ameritrade, they were already doing that, but they were still charging you $6-7 on top of that, which is crazy. But I mean, they were getting away with it, so. Yep, slippage, exactly. C-List, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Thoughts on IB and the process of moving from Lightspeed to IB? Both of those are two of my top three, so I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. So I am curious, though, why are you moving from Lightspeed? Just maybe you can enlighten me on something that's wrong with Lightspeed that I didn't know about in the past. But from my personal experience with IB, they were great, got great fills. You also can get DOS with Interactive Brokers if you want. You'd have to pay for it, though. But as far as I know, Lightspeed's been pretty good to everyone I know that uses it. I've never used it personally. Interactive Brokers I used personally for a little bit and never had an issue with them, even just with their platform, not even using DOS. Vivo's going to be nasty to look at. People are saying it's working. Yeah. That's what we were looking for here, but instead it wanted to fake us out first. But again, you don't know that's going to be a fake out, right? I mean, this could have went 13. It could have went high of day over 1324 and went to 1331. This thing could have shot up through 1350 and then squeezed all the way up to 14. You don't know what a stock's going to do, right? You can only prepare and do what you think's best in the moment. And cutting break even there, knowing that I'm kind of in a bad spot if this wants to continue high of day, because it was like, okay, I can either cut at 13 and have a break even trade, or I can cut at high of day and take a decent loser. I was at 1308, so I would have lost, if I would have got the slippage, I would have lost over 20 cents, right? So that's not what we were looking to do, because we kind of figured it was going to do that if it did reclaim 13, because it kept trying to stay under 13. So the idea is if it reclaims 13, it's most likely going to pop up. Obviously, that wasn't the case. It got completely rejected and went down to where we had our profit target sitting for this given trade. And then, as you can see, it still tried to fight again. It got back up to 1322. So do we really want to sit through all of that with just our single entry? No, it doesn't make sense. So that's why we cut there at 13. And unfortunately, it decided to do what it did. There's really nothing we can do about that. IB is good. I use it. You need to make a certain amount of trades to get the data for free. Yeah, I know IB doesn't even have like a platform fee as well. I gave you guys that whole explanation on Vivo and I was on the wrong chart. Whoops. But if you were listening, you can kind of put two and two together here just by looking at the chart. Oh, excuse me. We're still just kind of waiting, looking for something to come through. What is this? LLIT. It's a lower float. SSR anyway. That one's kind of been going back and forth between the scanners. As you can see, it had to move up, then move down, move down. Lightspeed is great. Used it for close to 2.5 years, but I missed DOS a lot. Gotcha. Yeah. DOS is definitely my favorite. It's kind of why I'm looking to go to IB when I eventually get there. However, the frustrating part is I really wish somebody had a trading matrix like TradeStation. It would make my life so much easier trying to find, instead of having to use my calculator all the time, I could literally just use a trading matrix. It has everything right there on it, as far as like dollar amounts and stuff like that. So when I get into a trade and I hit my ad, I have to take my average and I have to divide my share size into my risk amount, which will give me the amount of cents from my average that would either stop me out or be take profit. And it'll get even more difficult if I'm doing 2 to 1, because then, I mean, I obviously can times it by 2 in my head. But if I had the trading matrix like TradeStation has, I could easily just boom. Right? I can just do it right there on the matrix. But instead, I have to not only do the math via a calculator as the price action is happening, but then I have to come over here and put a range order in and all that good stuff. So it can be a little bit frustrating in that aspect. That's really if DOS somehow came out with a trading matrix like TradeStation, I would never leave DOS ever. The only reason I might leave DOS is because of a trading matrix. Jeez. Brian, smoked Vivo. He actually stopped out and then got back in. Wonder how that worked out, like, overall. All the charts in ISW's room look pretty sweet today, minus that one from B. But I mean, it looks fine in the end. Thomas did well. Jeff did well. DD did well. Scott did well. Good day. I mean, we're green on the day. I was being cautious, obviously, but a little frustrating that we didn't get to full size on our ARNC. The spread was real today. I'm not gonna lie, the spread was definitely real. I didn't realize the SPY actually gapped down that far. I didn't realize. Yes, I think. I mean, it obviously had a lot to do with that coronavirus. There was a lot of. I think they said there's 5 confirmed cases now in the U.S. Look at Sue doing well. Sue, if you're in here, well done, man. If you guys do think of any other questions while we're not live here, feel free to join the Discord if you're new. I'll link it down in the chat. Codex is a low float, CODX. We don't have any shares on it anyway. Plus, it's on SSR, so that's a big no-no for us. But it is making a nice extended move here on some volume. But yeah, we have a pretty nice community growing in the Discord as well. So during the off hours, after 11 o'clock when the stream ends, it'll be nice to. I pretty much spend most of the time in there, just kind of listening for any possible scanner plays. CBLI. So I don't see that on the scanners anyway. What is he talking about? We don't have shares anyway. Oh. What did NNVC do today, just out of curiosity? I know that this thing has been pretty crazy the last few weeks. Look at this thing. Let me scroll out just a little bit more. Yeah, look at that. Made a run all the way up to almost $12, gapped all the way down to 367, and now it's just been slowly working its way up, and it actually ended up breaking out on the daily. Pretty crazy. That's what low floats can kind of do what they want. Let's see, was this AGRX? I think we've played AGRX in the past. One, two, three. Hopefully, I don't get copyrighted. I don't think I know they can't copyright you for singing it yourself, but they can if they can hear it in the background. If you do join the Discord, the general hangout under trading is where we hang out. We have some pretty cool things in there too. People post their watch lists. I have a channel right under that says get your trade reviewed. So if you ever make a trade and you want us to take a look at it, kind of give you our opinion just from somebody else's perspective. It's kind of the whole point of the channel. Oh, you're going to make me look at Vivo. Ugh. Yep, sure would have. This is one of them ones where if I wouldn't have started it where I did, and we got the pop through high of day up to 1350, I would have been in this again. And we would have, again, if you remember earlier, the idea is we would have added on the way back down through 1350, looking for exactly this move. So a little unfortunate, but again, it kind of faked us out. We're just going to move on. It happens. I mean, it ended up breaking even before commissions, so it'll obviously be a red trade after commissions, which kind of sucks. And we are, again, if you guys are new here, I'm Tim for Volatility Trading. We are attempting a new strat this morning. It's the same principles as it's the same intensity strat. We're actually just trying to give ourselves a take profit. And like we're putting a 1-to-1 risk reward on each trade. But both of my trades this morning, VIVO, and ARNC, the spreads on these were horrible, and we missed our ad on ARNC, and then as it was coming back down, the spread just got really big, and it kept us out of it. So we didn't really get to follow our plan on either of these trades, which is a little disappointing. But it's the first day, kind of feeling it out, and I'm not going to be too upset because that's the whole reason we stepped down in share size and our risk overall is so that we can learn this without risking too much, right? It's essentially paper trading, but keeping the skin in the game so that you don't just, hit the button for no reason, because, people that are paper trading tend to get in the trades that they wouldn't normally get into. And that's why, even if you're using super small share size, the fact that it's still real money, even if it's a little amount, it still kind of holds you accountable a little bit. So it's kind of what we were going after this morning. Geez, Dave, 8 trades up there. Let me take a look. Winner, 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 winner. Look at this guy. 8 for 8. And a boy, Dave. I know Dave comes in here sometimes, so if he is, there you go. Here's my my YouTube count not working again. I don't know what's up with that thing. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. I'm actually curious if that's even working. Would appreciate the support. Hit the little post noti button thing too. Let me see. Let me try hitting that thing. Where is it? Here, cat. I don't think I put it on all of my screens. Is it on this one? Nope. Which one did I put that on? Chart 1, chart 2. I knew he'd start laughing. I don't know where I put it. I thought I put it on there somewhere. Guess not. Is it on this one? No. I thought I'd put it up top so I could turn it on and turn it off real quick. Oh well, not a big deal. If you do join the Discord, feel free to introduce yourself. We're all really nice. We have a pretty good sense of humor in there as well, just FYI. Could have swore that I put it on one of these. I'm gonna check one more time. Bear with me. Try 2. Right there. Full screen. What does this mean, VT? Oh. Chart 2. Nope. Nope. I mean, I could just add it again, but it should have saved it. That's kind of why I'm confused. Oh well. So it looks like everything's kind of slowing down. I didn't see anything on the long side either that I was really interested in. But if we go back and look at Dave's trades, let's see what he traded. LX. So LX could have been a good one. Man, that was a pretty hefty move. What's the float on this? $126 mil. That's a pretty good move for 126 mil. Got bought up. Definitely would have been a field trade if we had popped it up, but we were watching two trades right there at the bell, so that was why we didn't get that one. What was another one? Salt INO. So he actually played INO. Go get it. Go get it, poopy pants. I can smell your poopy. We're gonna go change that in a second. The Discord app, if you just click the link right there, it should take you right to it. It's basically a private, not private, but it's a chat service where you can. It's pretty much like modern day AOL Instant Messenger, if that makes sense. Go get it, silly. I'm not gonna just get up to go get the car. You're the one that threw it and made it go over there. A little frustrating this morning. Had two trades, and to be completely honest, my goal, while risking 25, the 1-to-1 risking 25 both ways, my goal is to make $50 a day, right? I want to have where two trades can put me at a quota for the day. So eventually, when we feel comfortable with this, we can move back up to the risk of $50 so that it'll be $100 will be our quota for the day. And then again, the more and more that we start to build on that, we can really start to increase our size, right? That's the idea behind it. Grim. Yes, I know that Discord is way better than AOL Instant Messenger was. I was just saying that it's hard to explain what it is besides just saying it's a chat service. So older people, I'm not saying that you're old, Fareek. I'm just saying if you used AOL Instant Messenger back in the day, now I'm really possibly dating myself here, but that is what it, to me, it kind of relates to. But it's much easier to use. So I'm going to give this another 2 minutes, see if we want to get any kind of a move before 10:30, and then I'm going to go change the son's diaper real quick. BCRX attempting to make a move. This actually never got back below 3. Interesting. Let's see, 310. Yeah, this would be some crazy share size if we wanted to take this. No, I agree. AIM was pretty awesome. $308. See if we can't get that 320 test real quick. Get some volume coming in. Maybe we'll take a quick little stab at this. Just want that little bit more of an extension. It's so funny. I'm watching this level 2 and I have the SPY up on the top one, and look at it. It's just going absolutely nuts, like nonstop. I was wrong. Dave went 10 for 10. Didn't even go 8 for 8. Killing it in the ISW room today. AIM was a chat-only program. Discord is a full-on community application that has text, voice, video. This is very true. Like I said, it's modern day. It's modern day. SPY's actually trying to go high a day here. Well, high of intraday. What's VBIV doing? Yeah. Everything's kind of moving pretty slow right now. Kind of the same thing here with VBIV though. We scroll out, we got the high a day from Friday. Volume on this isn't that great. But if it wants to, on this same move, shoot up through high a day and go up towards 150, could be interesting. It's kind of what I was looking for here on BCRX, but this thing is just super slow. I've had plenty of age, sex, location in my life, so I'm pretty experienced with it. I'm right there with you, Grim. Kind of dates us a little bit, but... All right, BCRX didn't quite do what we wanted it to do. Let's see if VBIV gives us anything. Need to get up to 140 and through. Again, we don't play those double tops. Although this thing is pretty extended right now, even though the range on this isn't that great. I started using the internet during the old 28K dial-up, so that should show a portion of my age. Yeah, I don't think I started using it until it was 56K. Huge order sitting there at 137. Looks like people are jumping in predicting this, the double top. So if I'm 34, I'm going to go out on a limb, Grim, and say you're in your 40s. If I had to guess. Just based off of the information you've given me. Now I use gigabit fiber optics, and I can't believe I ever used that old stuff. Yeah, on Friday morning, somebody was in here saying their cable internet. I think it was I can't remember who it was. I think they said they were in Texas, and they were having issues with it. And I pulled this up. Yes. Did you get it? And I ran this, and they were just like, "Are you serious?" Yeah? Actually, believe it or not, it might actually be slower. We'll see here. I'm actually on my VPN right now, so I'm probably losing some speed through that. Yeah, it's actually... I say usually I get like 120 download, and then usually it's always around 100 upload. Yes, Camden. Yeah, I see you dropped it. I see. All right, we're going to go change your diaper, okay? Oh, the upload's a little slow this morning. I wonder if it's because I'm running his show. Well, that would be download, though. I mean, still pretty respectable considering. And you can tell I'm on a VPN as well because everything's kind of registering there in Virginia. Okay. I will be right back. I know you want more. Let's go change your diaper first. Yes, you want poopy poops. Did you go poopies? Did you go poopies? This is going to be your last applesauce for today, mister. Did you sniff? Did you sniff? You screaming at me. So we're already through 2 of those, and it's only Monday. It's only Monday. Kid smashes some applesauce. Alright, I didn't hear anything going off on the scanner while I was up there. Sorry, answering some questions there in the Discord. Let's see, what do we got up here? And catch up. Hey man, nice stream. We'll definitely follow you and try to learn. Have my subs. Sweet man. What would you like me to call you? Is it Frails? Frails? I don't know how to read. I honestly don't know how to read those punctuation type marks. I don't know if it makes it like a long A or a short A. Could just call you Aaron, because I think that's how you say the last name. What, you got a plate? I'm only a couple years older than you. Oh, well, good. Apparently, I just got a couple years late start. Wow, when did Apple touch 305? Yeah, I remember seeing that. Crazy. I thought you meant to the upside, thinking, but you need help with. I have a, yeah, gigabit, 1100, I know. My brother actually just bought that, or just upgraded to that. I'm slightly salty about my uploads since I know they can give me 1K. Somebody's getting a little grumpy here. What? Put Blaze back on? Is there Blaze? You only got 20 minutes. Can you last 20 minutes? Yeah, just 20 minutes. Like something in my eye. Be nice to get something here. What's ARNC doing, just out of curiosity? It did end up going all the way back down there again after that sloppy seconds. A lot of fake out type stuff today. And of course now the spread is 1-2 cents. That was a pretty awesome move there at the open, not gonna lie. Just sad that we missed our ad. 30.48. We just wanted that quick 50 pop, got a little greedy with it, but we didn't want to. I mean, we got in at 30.09. So the fact that it went right to 30.50, we didn't want to just add right before it, and then because then if it popped through, there's a good chance we might have got stopped out because our shares were all in under that 30.50 area. So if we would have got that pop to like 30.70, I'm not sure of the math. I'd have to go back and check, but it looks like we could have gotten stopped out there. So that's why I was waiting for that 30.50 pop to just let these original shares kind of ride a little bit, looking for the pop to get our average up a lot more and really look for this move back down, which we ultimately did get. So it's a little frustrating that we didn't get that ad. We were kind of stuck in limbo there, right in the middle. And the same thing kind of happened with Vivo. VIVO, we pretty much top ticked this thing but it did not want to break down. And it wasn't that extended, which is what kind of had me worried. Like, look at this extension versus ARNC. Look how extended that looked at the time, right? I mean, obviously VWAP shot right back up with it, but in the moment, this had already been through its course a little bit, and it was just kind of grinding higher, and it kind of felt like it was going to do the exact same thing here. And it tried to get under 13 and hold under 13 for quite a while, for almost this entire 4 minutes, and then it just, once it reclaimed 13, we jumped out. It jumped all the way up to 1331, then got stuffed all the way back down to 1267, and then it went all the way back up to 1322. The spread on this thing was just crazy, and then as you can see, it finally chose to go down. So kind of makes us look stupid, but if you watch this thing live, you realize that, we actually got in before this bottom wick was even here. It actually shot up after we got out, so it made it look like we were right. And who knows? This thing could have went up through 1350, up to 14, and kind of consolidated up there before continuing even higher. Like, we don't know what it's going to do, and it could have made us look like a genius by exiting our position there. But unfortunately, it made us look stupid today because it decided to go the other way. My P&L for the day is not very big, but again, we're starting new. So $6.15 is our green P&L. So after commissions, will be pretty much break even. It'll be a little bit, or like $2. So a little frustrating, but again, we're starting small. Ben, I don't know if you were here earlier. We are we started something new today. The strat is the same. The intensity strat is still there for the entry. Like, we're still trying to feel out that first entry. But if you were here Friday night, if you weren't, you can go back and watch the Friday night live stream. It was a really good one this past week, where I break down going through my journal here on TraderSync, and I can show you guys real quick. Let me make sure I'm on full screen here. Let's just go full screen. So since I started using the intensity strat, I went through all of my trades and labeled them by entry. So if I show you my 1 and 2 entry trades, my return on these is close to 3,000. My win percentage is 88%, and look at that nice P&L curve. Now, everything else, 3 entries and above, like when I was trying to scale in, take a look at what this looks like. Negative $2,200, 62% win rate, and just everything. It's like night and day, right? So over the weekend, we came up with a plan of, obviously it was pretty obvious that we were going to go down to 2 entry trades, and anything over 2 entries wasn't going to be for us. So we decided to try to scale in if it takes 2 trades, whether we get the first entry on the front side and then the second entry on the back side, or at the top, assuming it's the top, or we hit the top with the first trade and then look to add on the backside. So unfortunately, that didn't happen on either of our trades today. So that was a little bit frustrating. But we're looking to basically do 1-to-1 right now. So we're going to risk, and again, this was the first day, so I downsized. Usually I like to try to get $50 a day. Like right now, I'm trying to become consistent at getting $50 a day, because if you guys watch the general trading tips, last weekend's was about consistency. And so it doesn't matter if you're aiming for $25, $50, $100, $500, $1,000. It doesn't matter. The whole point is you need to be consistent. So until you can consistently even make $25 every single day, you're not going to be consistent making $250 if you just added a zero. You're not going to be consistent making $2,500 if you added 2 zeros. It's not going to happen because you aren't consistent with your strategy and your day-to-day trading, right? So that's step number 1. So breaking it down, us trying to figure out how to get to that consistency is where we're at. So that I've always had an issue with taking profits a little bit too early. And obviously, yes, it looks like we did here on VIVO, but that's a whole different story. I already explained to you why that kind of happened. But we didn't even get our second ad there because we didn't really get a chance. Both of our trades today, it got really spready on us. Kind of got caught in limbo on both of them, and we just didn't really feel comfortable in them. So I think I'm still at fault with myself here, right? I took the trade. I didn't accept the risk of $25, right? So that both of these would have worked if, like, let's bring up ARCN, NC, sorry. Both of these would have worked 1-to-1 if I would have let them play out, right? If I would have accepted the risk of $25 on both sides, both of these would have worked out, but I didn't. I came up with the excuse that they were too spready to get my ads. I came up with an excuse of why to take profits. So I hope you guys are seeing a pattern here that I have an issue with accepting the risk. And I even mentioned this in my video yesterday. That's what I have to work on, and it's all in my head. It is all in my head. I really need to focus on accepting the risk. I really do. So that is what I'm trying to do. And this is me catching myself, by the way, in real time. I just went through and told you why I got out of both of those trades when I did, and I'm starting to realize that it's me making excuses, and I'm catching myself, and I can't wait to write this in my journal. I'm actually excited that I'm catching myself. I wouldn't say in a lie, but I'm catching myself coming up with excuses. So hopefully you guys can do this to yourself. This is a big thing to me. I would not have been able to do this in the past. So it's kind of like when you're just not feeling it one morning, the market's going to be there tomorrow. Don't trade that day if you're just not feeling it, because that's when you start to force trades, make mistakes with your strategy, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm actually pretty excited that I just caught myself, and hopefully you guys can learn from that. Hopefully you guys can see that on both of these trades, no matter where I would have added on any of them, all I had to do was accept that risk, that $25 risk on both of these trades, and they both would have worked. And I would have had my $50 today, right? But instead we have $6.15. So I left $43.85 on the table today. For what? Because I was scared. I was scared to risk a smaller amount of money than I usually do because I don't want to be wrong, right? That's what that was all about. Man, this is good. This is good stuff. I'm pretty proud, and now I'm really excited for tomorrow. I'm super excited for tomorrow because I'm not going to let that happen. I'd rather lose $50, $25 on each of these trades tomorrow instead of doing what I did today. Because looking at these charts, it's so frustrating to know what I did. Wow. All right, good. So I'm a little pat on the back there, not going to lie. Little pat. You drinking my water? Probably not the best idea. All right, I'm going to log out of this just in case you guys, because someone had said they subscribed. I'm curious if it just didn't go through. That's one thing Streamlabs is kind of annoying with is this alert box. Yeah, see, it says I got 2 subs. Frails and Keith, which Keith just did it, so I wonder if that went through. It's not coming through the main screen. Commit to the trade. Thomas, you couldn't be more right, man. So frustrating. I'm going to give you guys, let me see. What was that? You rolling your tongue? All right. There's Frail Sub. Appreciate the support, man. We're here to grow. We're here to grow. And there's Keith. What's going on, Keith? What do you want? How can I give you more with this? There's nothing to put more in. Hey, man, I'm planning to open a CMEG account, but I heard they don't have shorts available. Is that right? Well, I'm with CMEG, and really all I do is short. So I'm going to say that wherever you heard that is incorrect. I mean, look, these 2 stocks that I'm looking at right now, Vivo and ARNC, you can see that they're both shortable. They got the S there in the montage. I'm very short biased, so you'll see me short a lot. And if you want to go back and watch my 2 trades today, they're both shorts. So, and if you're looking for the 295 trades, just down in the description below. If you just sign up with CMEG directly, you would get 395 tickets. So if you use my code down below, you'd actually get the 295 tickets. Careful, bud. Careful. And that does actually help support the channel a little bit too. And by a little bit, I mean a little bit. CMEG is, but I guess if, just like anything, power and numbers when it comes to that. I don't understand much. Oh, I found the button. What screen am I on? Oh, I'm on the full screen. I never checked that one. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Move it down here. I need to add that on each of them. I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. So everything that's moving right now on the scanners, you guys can't see the scanners. Let's pull them up. CBLI, let's see, CBLI. There are no shares on CBLI. Most low floaters and LLIT, I know there wasn't any on that one either. I think that was on SSR anyway, yeah. Yeah, no shares there. I could not short, I mean, I could trade them just to the long side, not on the short side. If you're looking for shorts on low floaters, CMEG is definitely not the best option. But here on this channel, we don't really short low float stocks. It's really not our style. Up? Or do you want help? Up? You want to come up? Come here. Say hi to everybody. Oh. You just want to use me to get... Oh, you want the block? Here, let me get it for you. Ooh, Mr. Bucket. Bucket and the block. Here's Mr. Bucket. Turn it on. There you go. I don't know what fell, but... Yep, no problem, Alex. Yeah, low float shares are pretty hard to come by in general, to be honest. Let me catch up here in the Discord a little bit. They're having a pretty good conversation. Devin saying the same thing. He got into Vivo a little bit later, actually, as it was going down, and it hit. He was like, "Oh, it just hit my target. I need to be more patient." Sorry, okay, I'm caught up there. So you never had a problem going long with SSR? No. Going long, you should never have an issue, period, for anything. Trying to get short with SSR, I've heard people have had issues in the past, but I don't play SSR stocks either, so I wouldn't know. We got about 5.5 minutes here. I'm gonna get out of here. There's really nothing going on, unfortunately. Thanks for the subs today from Frails and Keith. There might have been more, but you guys were the only ones that had them public. I thought I had heard it was the other way, Alex. That people were having trouble covering their shares if they were short in an SSR stock. But maybe they're both combined. I don't know. I know that the two people I've heard of that had issues with that have both contacted CMEG, and everything got solved. So it wasn't an issue in the end. It did just take, I think it was 2 days, 2 business days, obviously, to get it all sorted out. Because they can see, even when you hit the button, if it gives you an error, they can see that on their server. So if they can see that you were attempting to get out and for some reason it was an issue on their end, they're going to honor that, which they, in both cases I've heard of, they did. So, but I would hope they fixed it by now. I mean, plus you don't hear of it very common. Like, it's not a common thing that you see people complaining about all the time. And there's a lot of stocks that are on SSR any given day. So I would only assume that it's not that big of an issue. And for some reason, it just pops up as an error here and there. TVIX. We have shares there again? Yeah, we do. What's the SPY doing? And TVIX is actually pretty high. Yep, no problem, Alex. Yeah, SPY is actually looking pretty weak. TVIX is weird. It's like some days we have shares, some days we don't. Just nothing. The only things that are moving right now are low floats anyway. Anybody have any questions, comments? Got 3 minutes. I'm going to get out of here right at 11. I don't do that on purpose, but I do try to stick it out just in case people do have questions. If you think of something a little bit later, feel free to join the Discord. I'll link that down below, or it's in the chat now, so that if you have a question that comes up later, I keep saying that over and over again, but yeah, feel free to jump in there and ask away. We're in there for pretty much the rest of the day. Most of us, some of us kind of end up moving away from the computers. I always keep my headphones on, listening for the scanners. And so if something pops up, I can try to run back. But I've been cutting off my trading at 12 anyway, so I only keep them on from 11 to 12. But my computer's always up, and it's in my living room, and that's where I play with my son all day. So if you guys ask questions in the Discord, I will always be there to answer them. And the community there is great. There's always somebody in there for the most part, even at night after the market closes. So again, it's just we're building a community there. It's really nice. We're very serious when it comes to trading, but then when things start to slow down, we can have a little fun too. I think be a little sarcastic here and there. So don't forget to hit that like button if you're here. Always appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't already. Always appreciate the support, guys. We will be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully we can take what we learned today and apply it to tomorrow, and stop being such a wimp when it comes to accepting the risk with these trades. So can't be afraid to lose. Cannot be afraid to lose. It's part of the market, and it's a lot of the reasons why people take their profits too early, because they're scared to lose. So they see green on their screen and they want to take it. Anybody else see this random blip up here on the TVIX? What is that all about? You see that? Look at that. It's like a random blip all the way up at 10,682. Obviously some sort of mistake. I got in TVIX at 41 last week, still holding them. Look at you. Nice. Very nice. It's kind of a way to play the SPY short if you can't afford it, right? Just play the TVIX long. It's not a bad idea. There's always ways to make money. You just got to find them. That's what I always say. It's the beauty of the market. I can make money one way. You can make money the exact opposite way, right? It's the beauty of it. As long as you can find that one setup that really works, master it. That's all I can say. Just master that setup. So in most cases, in all market conditions, if you can find that one setup that works and you can master it, that's the idea. That's what I'm trying to do. But all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I don't see any questions. Feel free to join the Discord if you do come up with some questions. Again, this is Tim here at Volatility Trading. I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Hopefully you have a good rest of your day and stay green. Peace.